our students already have received their awards. Don't know. For them, they were waiting for this moment since last 6 months. And more importantly, what I told them before we started the award segment was that we judge them on the criteria of communication skills, not on the basis of their body of work, their creativity, all of these things. This time, we wanted our students to focus on how they communicate their product or how they present themselves, how they present their work. So, what to start off, what is your say on how important is it for students of this generation? I am also Gen Z. I've been saying this since last 4 days now. Um, how important is it for us to communicate or rather present ourselves in a creative fashion?
Yeah. So I think if you just do your work and if you do in a silo, right, no one's gonna know about it. The world is as such right now that every 2 years things are changing, and every 2 years there is this like a feeling of competency, right? The things which you were doing earlier does not make sense now. So calling your work out has become very, very important. Like, there is this saying in Hindi called कि जंगल में नाचे मोर किसको पता, right? So it's about that. Like it has become like a big thing where you have to uh, put it out there because you are the one, two are the brand ambassador of your own word, right? And I believe like, we are right now in a creative agency, right? Which is, we're not engineers, right? We don't do like 1 + 1 = 2, right? It can be like if you say like a blue color to someone, maybe something different, right? There's a lot of subjectiveness which is attached to the creative industry, right? So what we have to do, like if I have to sell something tomorrow, I cannot sell like 1 + 1 = 2, right? It cannot be right. I have to sell myself first. So I have to create my brand value first and then I sell second. So your brand value is always first is something you sell and then your work is the second thing you sell. So that has been the reality. Yeah.
Before I
First of all, congratulations to everyone who's won the awards. And so, yeah, I think even when I was in college, the first thing that we were taught was the presentation skills and values. And it's very important because in today's times when the attention span is so less that you have to uh, keep the audience engaged about what you're working, how you're working, what your thoughts are. More about the thought process than the final product, because the final product is just one image sometimes which you see, but your process actually helps somebody else to understand what your thought process has been, and that's really what.
Sachin, I have a question for you. What are the potential gaps you see with AI now interfering into design? I don't know whether it is interfering or no. To me, it doesn't, very honestly. But what are your thoughts on that particular aspect?
Like the first thing that the gaps what I see is that AI right now is a sycophancy, which means that it will just say it's always in a yes sir mood, right? It would just tell you that you're right. It's never gonna tell you like what is true and what is not, right? So if you get stuck in the illusion, you're the problem, not the AI, because AI is designed in a way that it has to say yes to all of it. So one thing is that these are the gaps, right? Because if you start trusting AI blindly, you're going to be in that loophole where you're never going to come out of it and you're going to be in a soup, right? That is one thing. Another thing, what I feel is a major gap right now is that it's the context. Now, when I say context, right, I believe that context is an amalgamation of a lot of micro context. For example, if you're doing something with a client, you know the brief, you know the requirement, but maybe there are these emotions also attached of your manager, of your client. There's some backstory which is attached. There is some things which you know that works well with this person versus the another person, right? So this is something what an AI may not be able to tell because he did not understand these micro concepts. Sorry, the micro context, right? So that is the biggest gap what I feel right now. Like when like in my daily work, I'm a product designer. So when I work, I give AI or prompt or something like that. So that does not like really turns up to be what we want to do. And it's very broken, it's distorted and all those things. So Yeah, those are the major gaps for IP: illusion and context.
Jani, what does it mean to build a personal brand? How important is building our personal brand, especially referring to design?
Um, so earlier, I think when I started off, I believe that branding and personal brand is more about your logos and the envelope that you send out. However, it's more about how people are perceiving you and how you're communicating it to like how you are. So I'm a set designer, right? How I am on set for those 12 hours. And before that, how I'm communicating with the client, what their needs are, what their demands are for their product because they understand their product well. And me delivering that is so important that uh, understanding of the client requirement and communication, again, communication sets. That makes the most about what your personal brand is.
Um, what is your hot take on a question of will AI replace designer? This question is actually for both of you.
Oh, I can start. I think I have a big answer for this. Maybe like a 15-mouth answer I have this. So, yeah.
I feel that I'll, I think I'm just going to be a little bit more blunt about this question because I think everybody deserves the reality, right? Don't want to sugarcoat it. So one thing is definitely that AI is going to replace the designers who do not use AI. That is one thing which is definite. Uh, the reason I say this is because the work which was happening, which was taking 2 hours earlier, now it's probably happening in a more efficient manner, in a more sophisticated manner. Of course, things are breaking, but of course, it has been reduced from 2 hours to like say an hour, right? So that is one thing which is definitely happening. But in the age of AI, right, one of the things which will also will thrive is the value and the quality. Since the quality, I would say that the AI is right now the weakest in the terms of design playground because it has not been fed too much data and all those things right now. So the outputs are like some of the outputs are still broken and all those things. So the quality and the value is going to be like a big thing in the coming 5 years or a decade. Because if you are able to tell your clients and your peers or to whoever your stakeholders are that this is the value which you're missing in your work, if you're able to tell that story, I believe that you would be in a very strong position. I'll tell you an example. I'll give you an example also. Like, earlier, like in 80s when we had a doorman, right, on the hotels. Now these doors were replaced by the automatic doors, right? Now when the doorman replaced with the automatic doors, like this was the entire consistency, uh, like a pitch where they sold automatic doors to the restaurant saying that you will reduce your X amount of money if you have automatic door instead of the doorman. But it happened otherwise. Now, do you guys want to take any guesses why that happened? Any guesses in the audiences like why you think that happened?
Yep, dispute with that. So I put you. Do we want another question? I guess.
So no worries. So the question is that in the 80s when there was a doorman for every restaurant, right? Every hotels like the good hotels, I would say like like a little bit more affluent hotels and everything. In that time, the consultancy pitched to these hotels that what you need to replace the doorman with the automatic doors, and that would increase your like that. That's how they sell as an efficiency, and then that will help as cost reduction, right? But that did not happen, and things happened reverse. Can you take a guess why? Because of personal touch. Exactly. So when the doorman was replaced, right, it did not just replace the opening of the door. It the doorman did not just do that. It also hailed a cab for someone. It met and it was meeting and greeting people. It was remembering their names, and it was also like trying to have a small chat and all those things, right? That everything was like wiped out, and people started feeling less luxury about those hotels and those properties. And that's exactly the problem happened. So AI may replace some things, but not everything.
Tani, a very curious question. We want to ask as an institution. A design school teaches us how to design. Yeah, right. It teaches us a lot of other aspects also since we gotten into entrepreneurship for our students, right? Who teaches us how to build a design business? Because of course we have modules based on design business, fashion business, interior market, all of these things. But who does, who teaches us the exact design supporting it?
I think again we go back to your first communication. A lot of communication, a lot of mistakes because nobody knows the right answer to making the right proposal, whether your client will come back to you. The first time the client comes back to you because maybe your design is right. But the second time the client only comes back to you if your communication skills are right. And that is why your personal branding and all these things are an amalgamation of a lot of years of experience and how you are taking the mentorship or getting into the world and actually understanding how the clients work and function. So that is like build up of years and not just, oh, I came out and AI, you search into AI how the proposal should look. That is again going to be very generic. They will never teach you how the network is to be built, how your clients would come back, how your proposals, what your timelines should be. So all of that, like timelines, I'm sure you might be giving, okay, one extra day for you to submit the assignment. But that extra day will cost you a client in the outside world. So
So we are easy. That means we are easy students. Yeah. To add on to that, what do you think is the future of it? I mean, we know AI is here to stay. AI will not replace us, but replace us if we don't use it. Students have had that particular, set of answers from a lot of parents.
Yeah.
But according to you, since you're a practitioner, what is the future of design?
So, in terms of spatial, specifically spatial storytelling, I would definitely say that a lot of spaces are found, like an NMACC or like children's museum that has come up in Worli. If you go to these places, there's a lot of storytelling that is happening, and AI is just missing that because AI doesn't have stories, right? Human beings with their experiences, with their travel, with their communication will have stories. And that is the exact point where spatial storytelling will come in because the way your space is designed, the way your walking is designed, all of that will be an understanding of how a human being functions. So that itself, like in set designing, for example, I kind of have started understanding what the brand needs and then started telling a story with the backdrops and with the sets that I developed. So that is open in the future.
Touching, since you're a product designer at HDFC, no, is it difficult for you to amalgamate AI with your font because the world is moving faster? Of course, the entire industry moving, approaching towards consuming AI. What are your thoughts on how would you tackle, this particular aspect if you're asked to, you know, give your particular project in a very, in a time crunch?
So I think one of the things that they do instant what happened like 50 days back at my workplace. So all our higher management were like, you know what, we need to reduce time what we take to deliver the design and stuff. So everyone from the team came together. We were discussing what's up. Now, if you go to see, there's a two-part what AI has divided the verdict to. One very broke AI, and I see this on LinkedIn post. Like no LinkedIn are all like this is done, this is like it's working really great and all that. This I honestly feel that probably those creators have probably not experimented a lot with AI. Because when we design an app, for example, right, back at HDFC Bank, when we design an app, we have this thing called a design system where we need to have the buttons and all those pixels should be like you're very like carefully like there's a design system what do you follow right? Like it's like a brand book, right? But AI is not able to use your design system and just like creating a random screen and all this. So everyone in the room came together and realized, nahi ho raha hai. Because in
Which is the only reason why SDFC is the safest bank, right?
Could be. Yeah. But yeah, so we have seen that it's probably giving you like 30-40%. The research is great, but again, you're not able to deliver the finance outcome out of it. So that is the missing bit, what I feel is difficult with AI right now, where using PyBP live. So yeah.
Generally, you're an indifferent artist. Whatever you achieved is purpose through your own experiences. What is that one piece of direct, stringent advice to the students that, okay, how much of Indian fancy you are into, you have to work. So what is your advice to them?
Unless their parents have a lot of money to get the pay every day.
Parents have money for a lot of other things, but then eventually students, where they use it is something that they have to excuse themselves.
I think so. What I personally did was experience every bit of even spatial storytelling. It's a larger world, right? Like window display, set design, films, and longer web series, etc. Is so all these are a different format, and every format has its own language, and every uh, format and language, and then everything has a different clientele. So everything is absolutely different from one another, even though you think that it's Pajot stuff. Exhibitions are also a different category altogether. So working into all categories is so important, exploring them, understanding the markets, like especially for interior designers and people, understanding your market, because every day there is AI, there is new material also coming, whether sustainable or otherwise. So there are material options also popping in, and everyone to know what is available in the market, what the vendor has, and what the client wants. All three to be clubbed together, you need to actually work and experience all the different categories and have that experience to know where actually you sit well, like what part of design.
I think I have one more thing to add. What same question, right? And we said that what that one advice, what you like okay to do.
They are advising a reality check.
How they do that? Yeah. So I think one thing is that there is a this thing like there's the motivation and then there is this hard working category of people, right? Because who have this low of energy in the morning and that probably dies out by the end of the day or midday or probably like even before the day starts, right? So I think that one thing is there that hard work is never going to, I would say, like take away like it's going to take you like really long miles, and also like hard work does eats breakfast. Hard work is motivation on his breakfast. So motivation is one thing, but hard work is obviously do it again. So yeah.
Sachin, again, what are areas where our students can take use of AI in design, and what are the areas where they should refrain from using AI? Functionally into the entire design industry, I would not limit it to only product or interiors, but overall in design, what are the areas where they should particularly use AI and areas where they should?
So one of the things what AI has also done is that they have either made people dumb or they have made the program quicker. So you have to choose like what side you want to be at. Because if you want to be at the other side of the table, which is the profound thinker, all the thinking task is keep in your pockets. Don't give it to AI. Because once you start using that, as a designer, I think you don't have anything to hold. Well, okay.
How would you place this answer?
Um, with with space and interior design, I think it's more about how you're dealing with the like vendors also, right? Epic can never take that because our market is so cluttered with different kinds of vendors and people that AI will never be able to take up that part of the job. So you need to understand what language, what consistency on maintaining the relationship also with them as opposed to your clients as well. So that is what interiors and spaces and
We fair. So, just to give you a brief, our theme for JD Design was this year was Artisan 2.0. Our idea was that artisan, why? Because I require, rather, our team needs the students to know about the Indian culture because the generation is moving so fast that they're forgetting our roots. 2.0 why? Because we cannot stop them from using AI. We cannot. We don't stop it. Right?
So well, also I believe of course that should be your in your toolkit no matter what. But
Yeah, and it's a point where we should not shy away. Um, what is your say on the theme Artisan 2.0? Make use of AI but also know the Indian culture. Oh, it's a question for both of you.
can you tell a little bit more about like the theme and some kind of example that you would like to share?
So students were asked to take one particular craft. Now, what is a craft? For example, if it's a region called Kutch, so they have to Ajrakpuri, for example. So they have to adapt to that particular craft, make their furniture or garments on that particular craft, connect with the artisan, collaborate with the artisan, get the work done, see how things are done. You make use of your own creativity also, and then eventually also take help from AI to understand the prolonged journey out of that particular design. So this was something that we created in the field for the students.
I think what I intuitively feel about this is that you're still asking people, your students, to stay connected with your roots, which AI may not have because AI just has what is there on internet. Probably they have not seen what is there in the touch. So okay, I think that is a great amalgamation where you stay attached to your roots versus we use AI to leverage what is there or rather having the West or happening in the world and make something out of it. So I believe it's a great mix.
Something like add on, especially with the spatials going there.
So also I think there have been I think we are avoiding the part of books as well, wherein there's so many books written by our artists and or designers, and they are talking about all of this art from the history, and we have so much culture and so many things to adapt to that we are ignoring because there's so much you have to kind of go fast to the end product that you're actually avoiding the journey towards it. And that journey is so important because you're actually trying to understand where the art came from, what it was for, why it is important, and coming from that area. So all of that is the AI will never be able to tell. There are artisans and there are these people from that particular region who would able to tell you why the art is a certain way and what material. In fact, even material comes into picture because that material was available at that place, that time when the art came into picture. So all of that will be so much more important than, because if you use an ajrak on a material that is not available in Gujarat, then what's the whole point? That that's something you can't you can do today because things can transport and all of that. But the idea is to actually take the material from there, take the artisans from there, give the employment, do something which is available in the local area to give the local employment and finances back to the people.
We take another question from the audience. Do you have any questions, students? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ananya. I have a question. So, in today's time, you just go you. Anyone tired for yeah, yeah. In today's time, there's a solution for empty, and there's options in silly. And for us designers, whether it's set design or schedule design or even product design, how do you actually become original in your idea? Because somewhere or the other, your Pula has some connection to your idea or some product that you base. So how do you validate if it's a work as compared to the petals or not be today's side?
So I think coming to first part of your question, where there's a lot of uh AI has solution for it, or probably there's already a solution for what you are solving for, right? There is always going to be there. But I believe that one thing keeps changing is the context. Probably in 2018, what you were doing, you may not say the same thing in 2026. You would say things differently. So being a context is something very important that you need to keep your emotions and intuition open to. If that is not going to check one thing is that Another thing is that uh, you said that you know how to like compete with the similar ideas or solutions, right? I would say the best way to like to feel about is that just put in all of you or whatever you have, and then let the consumer decide who wins the game. So yeah.
With passion storytelling, I'll tell you basically, first of all, the client is very specific of what they want. So you need to understand what their requirements are. And then, um, actually, one of my professors had told us that, there's everything in the world, the right juxtaposition makes it the perfect design. So, what you use, you've seen so many things, but what you use where at the right time will get you the right design. So, that IP, like, so you need to actually observe and remember a lot of fields which you have already seen and heard from your professors, from your surroundings, and then use it exactly at the right place where you feel it's right.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
So we all know what are we doing in designing, but a storyteller could be better, right? We are using AI, we are using our ideation. What are one thing which person have created to do it if they are not busy? What they should do it tackling.
For me, I can tell you like one of the biggest thing what uh we are failing to use is the bigger tool, which is right now is like emotion, that trust, and also this bigger tool. Because if you go to see the bigger tool of a designer is not an Illustrator or an Adobe, any Adobe Suite or Figma or this or that, right? I believe the bigger tools of designer is emotions, how to build trust, how to like create fear. All those are the bigger tools which I believe that we are lacking to do so because we just are adding to the final product because there's a seduction to reach to the final product so much that you probably forget all these hard nuances of creating something. So yeah, that's for me.
Oh, I think for me, it's a lot of conversation with the local people and traveling locally and understanding what their experience is having, because that builds up your storytelling values and then you can actually use it in your work. So for me, it's more about having the conversation locally with each and every generation, because every generation has their different storytelling and their different experiences. Because I remember one of my colleagues telling me that their mentor never used Google and always went to the library to flip pages. But then Google came in and now we are fearing AI. So it's always going to be something one or the other.
I'd like to add on that. Uh, what we miss out on is spending time with our own selves. And that will answer a lot of the other, questions in our heads. What will AI do? What did I do? What will replace me on these seats? So spending 1 hour a day with our own self is also very, and that, you know, since I relate to them better, we miss out. There's no shine or shy away. Uh, we need to spend time with our bees. On that note, one last question, Danny, for you. What makes a client come back? The daughter Russian.
Uh, I think for me, it's been honesty in my and uh, the right timelines. So for me to understand them and for me to be available. So to show the client that you're available for them is much more important sometimes than actually delivering the right product. Sometimes it's just that, oh, you take the 4 calls because they are panicking. And then you take that exact time of call and then you're like, it's okay, we'll figure it out and things will go in the right place at the right time. That will actually get the client back to you. So your timelines, your budgets, and your, because interior and specialty kind of tend to avoid the budgets a lot. You're like, oh, this is looking beautifully, just put it out. Why not? You're avoid. And then you have to convince the client why you're putting it up and why your budgets are the. So I feel like a lot because right now I'm dealing with some interior guy and then the budgets have casually looped. I'm like, how why? Because yeah, because your markets, there are a lot of material that is available in the market, and you tend to kind of, oh, it's aesthetically beautiful, but is it needed and is it required for your design at that particular point? And giving that communication towards the client to the client first, whether the budgets are blowing up, we're not able to deliver it in time, whatever that might be. So again, going back to the first point that they said, communication with the client will help you be a better client for sure.
One last question.
We said that earlier also.
So sorry. What is that one piece of advice? Just in 3 words. 3 words only, and one piece of advice to us. So, can I say 4? No, 3 words. Because there's a catch.
See different words or you task?
It has to be 3 words.
Okay, I'll say in 2.
Yeah.
One advice is have fun.
Oh, that is man. Ali. Always have fun.
Keep the man's happy.
Okay. We have any questions from the audience?
Question, but I don't know what that say as he वापी दे था कि पूरे इस बात 10 सिपत किया
So I have not done any PR until now. I'm surviving.
right this is great what is a super and that covers up everything so
On that, Bob, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful conversation.